This was a very, very good game. I have to say, the one series that I don't have any emotional investment with either team, and through 6 games, we're tied. The Flyers have tied the series. Did they deserve to? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. But let's get through it because honestly, this is why you don't turn a game off in these playoffs. This is why momentum swings are so just crazy in these playoffs. And we're going to have another game 7. So, yeah, that whole not going to have game 7s thing. Apparently, NHL players listened to me and went, all right, we've got to have game 7s. So, Lindblom is back. Did not play a ton in this game. Of course, it's his first game in a long time, so you don't want him out there getting hurt. You don't want him out there too much and getting gassed, so I would look for more ice time from him in the next game. Couturier and Farabee both out. And I looked at that lineup card and I thought, boy, this is going to be tough for Philadelphia to generate goals. Eberle had a breakaway that went wide early. The Islanders pressuring 2 minutes in. Hart made some saves, but it definitely looked like this was going to be an Islanders game. They were coming out tonight with the mentality of, all right, we're going to finish this. So we're going to finish it. It's going to be over. Flyers get a delay of game call on Grant. The Islanders' pressure caused that. The Islanders were up in shots 3-0, 5.5 minutes into the game. Play being dominated when it comes to puck control by the Islanders. But importantly, they're not getting goals. But you're looking at it and going, they'll be fine. At least that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, well, the Islanders will probably win this. Flyers were keeping the puck to the outside as the one thing that was helping the Flyers out. So Hart was making good saves, but they were keeping the puck to the outside. And then at 10:16, on a bad turnover by the Islanders, and during a line change. So when you're going to change lines, you have to make sure you get that puck deep, and they didn't. So on the second Flyer shot, it's Hayes from Konechny and Haig at 10:16. And interestingly enough, the Flyers 21-0-1 when Hayes gets a goal. Yeah. So it's one of those weird stats that holds up after tonight as well. We can talk about it more, but Kevin Hayes has really kind of been their MVP. Not that he ends up being in the 3 stars for tonight. And then Van Riemsdyk scored from Voracek and Sanheim at 11:52. That one went under Varlamov's glove, and that was their third shot. And again, it's an Islanders turnover. So the Islanders turn the puck over twice in a minute and a half. Both of them end up in their own net. So this is a game they're leading in the shots big time, but they're behind 2-0. Has to be frustrating. Opportunistic offense by the Flyers. Aube-Kubel then takes a penalty. The Islanders get their second power play, and there was almost a shorthanded break for Kevin Hayes. So Hayes continues to have a strong game in this one. Broussard would score from Taves and Nelson at 16:33, which was 3 seconds after the power play ended. So it's not technically a power play goal, but it kind of sort of is. So for the Islanders, they make it 2-1, and that felt really key as we go into the second period that it's still only 2-1. So 3 minutes and 39 seconds of ice time for Lindblom in the first, as they were keeping track of that. Then early in the second, Martin scores from Clutterbuck at 1:24. Now Casey Cizikas was tripped in front of the net, and he crashes into Carter Hart, which definitely contributed to the goal. But you could tell Cizikas, that was something caused by the Flyers player, so you don't challenge that. You don't. The announcers are saying don't challenge it, and I'm saying out loud, come on, AV, don't challenge this. You're 0 for 2 in the series. Now he's 0 for 3. So they challenged it. The goal stands. The Islanders go on a power play, and I'm asking myself, why did he challenge that? That was clearly, yes, somebody collides with Hart, but it was because of a Flyers player that this happened. So again, we're talking about goalie interference in a Flyers-Islanders game because apparently that's what's happening. And again, it's a failed challenge by Vigneault. He didn't fight as much after that because it ends up in their net. Lee scores from Barzal and Eberle at 3:06. So it's a twofer. Not only did you not get the one goal off the board, but now you have allowed a second. The Islanders not only have the momentum, but now they have 3 goals in like 6 minutes of play between the first and second period here. That's tough. And so seeing that, I went, all right, so I guess Hayes' record when he scores first, I guess that's going to go by the wayside tonight. Pelech then takes a power play. The Flyers, or Pelech takes a penalty. The Flyers get a power play, and it sucks. That's as far as I'm going with it now. It can't get anything going. The shots were 7-2 for the Islanders 9 minutes into that second period. Pressure by the Islanders at 11 minutes. Hayes in every scrum, and eventually he takes a penalty doing that, but he's riling up the Islanders and trying to get them off their game. And then Raffl scores on Aube-Kubel from Aube-Kubel at 13:21, and this is a goal on tired defenders. They couldn't clear it out. It was a bad turnover. So you have a goal off of a line change where they couldn't get the puck out, and now here they can't clear the puck. And so it's time management by the Islanders, or it's just really strong play by the Flyers, and opportunistic offense ties it again. Hart denied Eberle. The shots were heavily in favor of the Islanders, but it's tied at 3. Last minute, Pulock had a chance that was stopped, but Sanheim with a brutal turnover. Brassard gets it. Barzal gets the pass from Brassard, and with 30 seconds left in the second period, the Islanders take a 4-3 lead. And it felt like that could end up being enough. I keep expecting the Islanders to shut this down. They had a chance to take out the Flyers in Game 5, and of course lost in overtime. Game 6, chance to take out the Flyers. I'm wearing Flyers gear. I might be spoiling it. Or people can look at the board. Third period, shots were 3-0 early for the Islanders. So again, they're trying to lock it down. They're way ahead in the shots. We'll get to the shots. They're ridiculous. They're way ahead in shots and scoring chances. Cizikas takes a penalty. Flyers go to the power play. It sucks. Boo. It's awful. Boo. Just turn it down. Just decline the penalties. Crossbar for Hayes, which means that there were 0 shots. Crossbar doesn't count as a shot, so they technically had 0 shots on that power play. Hayes then takes a penalty. The Islanders go to their 4th power play, and they don't get anything on it. So the Islanders, they have a power play goal in this game, but they're not able to get a second power play goal in this game. They had their opportunities. But the Flyers penalty killing shows up, and then it's a turnover. Again, these turnovers by the Islanders, they've got to knock this off. They're going to a Game 7 in part because of brutal turnovers. Giroux passes it to Lawton, and on the first shot of the third period by the Islanders, they tie the game at 9:53. So again, these really bizarre exchanges we're seeing now where teams will go 9, 10, 12 minutes without a shot. In the Canucks game I'm watching, the Canucks go over 14 minutes without a shot. It is so bizarre to watch these playoffs and see this. I can't remember that happening before in playoffs that I've covered on this channel, or just in general as a hockey fan. I can't remember this many instances where a team will go without a shot for that long. But, it works out. The Flyers tied up. Barzal line had been the Islanders' best. They got played a lot in that third period. Could not get the leading goal again. Braun takes a penalty. Huge Islanders power play, and it fails. Empty net miss by Eberle during that power play. So we go to overtime. In overtime, you'll notice it's period number 4. You'll notice there's no logo on period number 4. Hart stopped Barzal early. Tentative start by both teams. The Flyers, of course, winning both of their games in this series in overtime. The Islanders, none of their wins coming in extra time. Green had a shot at 6 minutes that went wide. Hart then denied Lee, and he stopped the rebound. And there were a lot of opportunities where the Islanders almost pretty darn close. If they just had a little bit more time, a little more space, they might have got one. Brassard then with a slash. The Flyers go to the power play. And is it going to suck? And the answer was yes. Nothing going on in that power play. In fact, 15 minutes into overtime, the Flyers had 3 shots. This didn't look like a team that was fighting for their lives in Philadelphia. And yet, Carter Hart hadn't got that memo. The shots were 50-20 in favor of the Islanders with 4 minutes and 39 seconds left in the first overtime. 2 minutes to go. Eberle gets a delay game call, which means the Flyers go to their power play. I just wrote boo on the board because that's what you do. Hook then by Sanheim. 42 seconds later means it's 1 minute and 18 seconds of 4-on-4. And it was a Sanheim penalty because he misplayed it at the blue line and he had to hook on the play or else it might have ended up in their net. It's a season saver, but kind of a rough night for Sanheim. The turnover here, and then technically the turnover here means he has to take a penalty and it causes a 4-on-4. But no goal. So we go to what is essentially period number 5. I don't know why we don't just call it the 5th period. I know, double overtime sounds better, I guess. Flyers penalty kill came through to start that period. Broussard had a chance that was blocked by Grant. The Islanders near misses on many early chances they had, just barely missing, or Flyers sticks in the way, or Hart denying them or preventing them from getting that puck. Just a lot of solid defense by the Flyers, making sure those shots don't get on the net. Raffle was denied by Varlamov on the goal line, and there was some concern. You could see there was some concern about whether or not that might end up going in, and it didn't. I believe it was Pelech in the crease that almost put his hand on the puck. That would have been a penalty shot, but he didn't. Flyers pressure at 6.5 minutes. No shots for the Islanders 9 minutes into this period. Again, bizarre, right? They get their first shot around the halfway mark. So the dry scrape of the ice comes with 8:16 left. This also gives teams a chance to catch their breath and relax. Niskanen tied up Barzal on what was a great chance. So Niskanen saved the season there. Taves' stick then killed itself. It's the only way I can put it. When these sticks explode into 3 pieces on what looks like an innocuous play, I have to write, so okay, their stick committed suicide. As I'm writing it, it goes to the other end. Hayes to Provorov, and at 15 minutes and 3 seconds, while Taves is trying to play without his stick, it ends up in the back of the net. When a stick breaks like that and the play goes the other way, it leaves the defending team completely discombobulated, and they're not. It's really hard to recover from that. Nice shot by Provorov, and it ends it. And in double overtime, the Flyers win 5-4. Solid game by the Flyers eventually, or should I say by Carter Hart. So the shots in this game show just how much the Islanders benefited from just tons of shots. And the Flyers, it was when they got their shots and how. And a lot of turnovers. So shots were 10-5 for the Islanders in the first, 18-8 Islanders in the second, 14-4 Islanders in the third. First overtime, they were 10-6, and in the second overtime, the Flyers decided this was their game. They outshot them 8-2. Final shots, 53-31 in favor of the New York Islanders. The hits were 73-64 for the Islanders. There's a lot of hitting in this game. Power plays, Flyers go 0 for 4 because it sucks. The Islanders 1 for 6. Carter Hart saves 49 out of 53 for a .925 save percentage. Varlamov 26 saves on 31 shots for an .839 save percentage. And let the speculation begin. Will we see Greiss in Game 7? Because that has to be the speculation coming out of this after back-to-back losses. Barry Trotz might be better off going with Greiss. Greiss won Game 4, saving 36 out of 38. Maybe go with Greiss. 3 stars in this were Hart, Provorov, and Barzal. No argument on any of the 3. And for the Islanders, it's do or die time. It's been do or die time for the Flyers for 2 games, and they've done it. They haven't died yet. And now, Game 7, anything can happen. We'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts regarding this game in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. It's a fascinating series, and if Giroux actually wakes up in Game 7 and gets himself a couple of goals, the Flyers could pull this off. Thank you guys so much for all your support. As I said, let me know your thoughts. And do not forget those like and subscribe buttons. They are popular. I like them. I know a lot of people do. And thank you guys so much for those that actually press both buttons. I will talk to you again soon.